share my
All right, I'm good to go.
Okay, good deal. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here with you guys. Okay, so today you're going to kind of pull together all the stuff that you've been working with so far. And obviously, since we're not at school, we can't do the classroom. So what I want you to do is you're going to design your dream bedroom. All right. So you're going to find a measuring device. If you don't have one, you can make one maybe with some string or something. But so you're going to make measurements of your bedroom. So do the perimeter of it, and you're going to record. All right. You'll record your measurements in this table here. So this will be the length and the width of the bedroom here. All right. And then the same thing for the windows, the door, and then the furniture. Okay. And
is there any requirements on this?
What do you mean by requirements?
Certain length and width?
Well, you're gonna work with your actual bedroom.
Ah.
Yeah, this is based on the size of your current bedroom. You're gonna take those measurements, and then if there's a window in your bedroom, you're gonna do the measurement of that, and of course measure the door, and then the furniture that's in there. For that, you can. All right, let's see. We're gonna pick out. Okay, so here, this is going to be you're going to choose some furniture, because again, this is going to be your dream room. So you're going to choose whatever it is that you're going to put in it. Find it on a site that gives you the dimensions of it, or at least something approximate on there. And so then you'll do, like, for whatever furniture you use, then you'll put that in this part of the table here. Okay, so these first two are going to be the actual size of it. Then you get to choose a scale. So you want to choose a scale that's going to fit on whatever graph paper that you're going to use. So if you have graphing paper, you can use that. I put a link to that virtual graph paper on there, so you can use that virtual graph paper if you want, or like I said, if you have regular graph paper, you can just use that. But you're going to choose a scaling factor. So it might be maybe you say that oops, sorry. So it could be like maybe say two boxes on the graph paper is equivalent to 1 foot. Okay, so that's what I mean by a scale factor. But you get to pick what scale factor you're going to use. And again, the key thing is you want to pick one that lets you use most of the graph paper, right? You don't want it to all be crammed into the center, but one that isn't too big so that you can't fit everything on the graph paper. All right. And so then what you'll do and I shouldn't have written that on there. So say that is my scale factor I'm going to use. So to get these scale values here, all right, that's where I'll set up my ratio. So I might have, say, if I do 2 boxes is what did I say, 1 foot. All right, so if 2 boxes is 1 foot on my graph, that's always going to be on that side of the ratio. And then on the other side, I would do, so my actual length or width, whichever value I'm transferring, to X. And so here in this part of the table, this is going to tell me the number of boxes on the graph. So that's going to help me scale it down on there. So you'll set up that ratio based on your scale factor, and then for every measurement that's up here in the yellow, you're going to transfer it down into these boxes. Okay, and that's what you'll use when you're doing the precise scaling on the graph paper, because there's got like, so you have a blank paper here, and this is just for a general sketch. Okay, so as you're planning your dream bedroom, this doesn't have to be to scale. This is just to give you an idea of like where you might want to place the things. So, you know, maybe I want my bed to be over here in the corner, and then maybe I want to have a comfy chair that's in there, and it goes over there. But that's just for you to do a general sketch, not necessarily in proportions. And then this last page here, okay, and so if you want, you can print it out if you want to, or use you can use Kami on this page of it, or if you have Word desktop, I have this in a Word file as well. But so this, or again, you can use the virtual graph paper. But this is where you're going to transfer, you're going to make that scale drawing. So the graph should be, this should reflect this sketch, but you're going to use what you put in this table to know how many blocks on the graph each dimension is going to be. All right, questions?
So like, I couldn't get my Kami to work. So like, can I just like put it on paper and email?
Yes, if you've got some graph paper, or well, I guess you could if you got a ruler, I guess you could actually make graph paper if you don't have any there. But yeah, you can do it on paper and then just photograph it and send it to me.
Right.
All right. Any other
Is
questions?
Tommy not working today?
So can we?
Well, I don't know. It was working yesterday.
I don't know. It didn't work. It hasn't been working for me. I don't know.
Okay.
Can we just do it on like regular lined paper?
If you make, well, you're going to have a grid like graph paper. So if you very carefully, you know, because you'll want it to be exact, but you could use a ruler and you can make your own graph paper if you want. Any other questions? Let me see. We got Sarah and on the wrong page here. Let me do my attendance there. Did I get Gallagher? All right. Any other questions? Does everybody understand what we're doing today?
So we're just filling in the graph, then drawing it on like a graph paper.
Yeah, you'll put all your calculations, your measurements and calculations will be in this table that's here. Oh, wait, for some reason. Oh, went the wrong way. Okay. So this table, you'll fill that in with your measurements up where the yellow is, and then in the pink will be where you calculated the scale values of it. And somewhere outside of this table, put a little thing that tells me what scale factor that you used. Okay. And then, so what I need for today is that table with your calcs. Then this will be just your general sketch of the layout, and maybe tell me like Like, okay, this is a chair, and maybe I have a desk over here. This is the bed. Like, in general, tell me kind of what's going to be in your thing. And then the graph will be, I keep losing my mouse here. Let's try it with the pen. So the graph will be a scaled drawing based on that sketch and based on your scale values that you did in the table. So I'll be looking to see, does your graph here match up with your sketch and the values in the table on there? Okay, and this one will be worth more because I think you're doing more work on this one than we have on the previous days.
So we just like write
Okay.
out what each of those things measure and then draw it on the graph paper.
You measure, choose your scale factor, and then calculate what the scaled length and width would be, and then put that, then look at how you would want to lay out the room, and then make it a scaled drawing like that.
So are we supposed to get exact calculations and stuff?
Yes, up in this table. So I want you to, like, the first three, so these three should be based on your current room. All right. The dimensions of
Wait, so
windows,
you-
door. Go ahead.
Do you want us to like actually take a tape measure and measure a room or what?
Yes.
Well, okay.
A tape measure, a ruler, yardstick,
Alright.
whatever you have handy. So yeah, that should be based on your room. And then this, all right, you can either, like, if you have a piece of furniture in your room that you really like and it would be part of your dream room, then you can measure it too, or you can choose some furniture off of Amazon or someplace like that and get dimensions of the furniture from the website.
Okay.
If you're, yeah. So yes, those should be actual dimensions.
Where do
Okay.
we get that chart at to like edit?
It's on the, hang on, let me pull up Otis. Okay, so in Otis, wait, I put some other stuff in there before. Hang on. Okay, so in Otis, I've got a PDF version, or so you can use Cami with making text boxes on the table, or there's a Google Docs version here, so you can pull it up in Google Docs and just type the dimensions into the table.
Is it okay if we take that table and write it down on paper? And
Yes, you can do that too. Yep, that'll work.
Are we going to go over
Right.
the homework now?
Oh, okay. Yes, I was just gonna say, is there any other questions? So the homework, wait, it might take me a minute to find.
It confused me.
Oh, day
Number
4.
1 was easy. 2 and 3 it did not go well.
Good job reminding her, LT. Big
Uh,
thank you.
Okay, so here we had, all right, so number 2 and number 3 is what you wanted? LT?
They just all confused me, mostly. Number 1
Okay, all right,
was
so
easy. 2
here,
and 3, I just couldn't do it.
all right, so our scale factor is that 0.5 inches per 6 feet. Okay, so that's my scale factor there. According to the, here, all right? And so she's looking at a claim that basically which bedroom is bigger is what we're looking at. Okay, so we're gonna just look at the dimensions on there. So You'll just set up ratio. And this will be like what you're going to do on today's assignment. So here I have on the drawing, I have 1.25. So I'm looking right now at that dimension there. So 1.25 inch on the drawing over X. So that's going to be, let's see. Or actually, let's use the other way would be easier. So we can transfer each of the dimensions, but the other thing we can do, right, since it's area. So on the drawing, the area, so the area for, put K for Cassie, that's going to be 1.25 times 0.75, right? That's the dimensions. So 1.25 times 0.75. Okay, so that gives me 0.9375. All right, and then my scale factor, so the actual area, right? I take the area and then I'm gonna multiply it by the scale factor squared. So if I do 6 feet over 0.5 inches, and I'm going to square that. So we'll see if we get the same thing. We'll do it both ways. So 0.9375. So 6 divided by 0.5 squared times 0.937.
I got 22.5.
For this, I got 135. All right. Well, let's do it the other way then. Let's look at the individual dimensions. So here if I have 1.25 inch over X, so that would give me, my length would be 1.25 times 6 divided by 0.5. So that gives me, let me do it in red. So that means this dimension here comes out to be 15 feet. And then if I do the same thing with 0.75, so 0.75 times 6 divided by 0.5. So I get a 9 feet there. And so 15 times 9 is 135. So you can do it either way. You can do like convert each dimension and then multiply them, or find the area on the drawing and then take your scale factor squared, multiply by the scale factor squared. Okay, so like here, and this one we can just think it through, right? If a ½ inch is 6 feet, then 1 inch, right, is going to be 12 feet. So this room is 12 feet by 12 feet. And so my area there is going to be 12 times 12, which is 144 square feet. So that means the Alexis's bedroom is larger. Okay, and what was the last one there? Okay, and so the number 3 is going to be just the same, except that you have a different scale factor. So I'm going to let you work 3 on your own, because it's exactly like what we did in 2, and you can solve it either way. So it wants the actual area of store 1 and store 2, and your scale factor is 0.25 inches on the drawing is equal to 3 feet in actuality. So you can convert each of the lengths and widths and then do the multiplication to get your area if you want. And then, let's see. And so there's a water feature it wants you to find. So it's saying that we have a circular water feature and its area is 9/64 times pi. All right, which is approximately, let's see what that is. 9 divided by 64 times 3.14. So 0.441, that's inches squared. It's on the drawing. And then it wants the actual area in square feet. So again, for that one, I'll work this part of it out. So that one I have the area on the drawing, and then my scale factor, 3 feet to 0.25 inches, and I'm going to square that. So this would be my actual, is going to be that value there for the circular. So this would be, this is part B on that one. Okay, other questions? Okay. All right. So are you guys ready to go ahead and start measuring and all that good stuff? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll be on here at 11:30 tomorrow. If you have any questions, I'll be watching my email, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care, guys. Bye.
See ya.
Take care, y'all.
Blanket gang. Blanket
See ya.
gang.
Gang.
I'm still so confused. What are we doing today?
Gang.
Yeah, we're okay.
I don't know.
We're like measuring.
I don't
it
even
with a
know,
tape measure.
Stu. My
I'll make
okay.
Tex mixes the
For real,
bomb by the.
wait, what? Like just a whole
What am I
room,
doing
or
with
is
my
it supposed to be
measurement?
Yeah.
like
Am I just gonna like?
I don't know, but hey, I